Life, Beauty and Cupcakes by Samsara. Hi there! So I hear you're not feeling too wonderful. Now why is that? Never mind, you don't need to answer me. It doesn't really matter why you're not feeling your best, just the fact that you're not feeling your best is a problem. Now then, that being the case, try to think of all the problems anywhere as being a simple matter of perspective. They say that every cloud has a silver lining, but I've been to clouds before, and there's no silver up there, mostly just water. But I digress. The point is that at anytime something bad happens to you, more often than not, something good will come out of it. You just have to look around and take it all in. Take a second to just sit back and think. Because if you're trying to jump from thing to thing over and over and over and over as fast as you can, you'll just run into more problems than you can handle. I know it's a silly thing to think that. I, Pinkie Pie, am telling you, not Pinkie Pie, to slow down, but even I have to sit back and watch the wheels spin every now and then before I can force myself to get up in the morning. Biggest thing to know is that things happen. Simple idea, I know. I'll bet you're thinking, well, duh, things happen, Pinkie. But sometimes the very simple ideas can bring about different feelings. Things happen that you control, and most of those things have directly to do with you. If you have an opinion on something that angers you, then you'll probably get angry, and that anger comes from you. To stop this, there are steps you can take and things you can do to think and to think about to stop yourself from getting angry in the first place. Some ponies call it bottling up your emotions, but you really can influence how you feel with a simple state of mind. Bottling up your emotions is different. That's trying to ignore them and bury them on the ground or something. And frankly, that doesn't work. If you're in fancy company and certain ponies don't want you to scratch your nose because you're considered rude, doesn't that just make it so much more itchy? The same goes for being sad. If you're upset about something and you really try to ignore or fight it, you'll just end up getting even more sad until you can't fight it anymore. There's a couple of ways to deal with this. One of them is just simply letting it all out. Make yourself vulnerable to a close friend for a while. Cry on their shoulder. Talk with them. Do whatever you have to do, and it usually helps. Sometimes, though, you might just have to ask yourself why you're sad. What's making you so upset in the first place? Is it worth being upset over? Is there anything good about it? Questions to ask yourself when all you want to do is curl up into a little ball and go away. Say you have a mare friend or a colt friend, and they leave you for some pony else. Sure, it stings, and maybe it feels like they may have done so on purpose just to hurt you or make you angry. But maybe they're genuinely happier that way. If you truly care about them, you should be happy that they're happy. And if you are happy about that, then soon you might find that sting starting to fade away. You can think of sunset as the day being killed if you want, but that's awfully depressing, isn't it? You could, instead, think of it as Celestia and Luna sharing the sky, or like the night being born. The point is to get away from the thoughts and mindsets that make you depressed when you shouldn't be. Things happen. Yes, I know I sound like a broken record. For the things that happen that you can't control, just about anything that doesn't have to do with your own body, for instance, all it really takes is to accept that there's nothing much you can do about it. Let's take health, for example. Sure, you can take vitamins and eat really healthy foods and get vaccines and other measures to keep yourself healthy, but when push comes to shove, some of the healthiest ponies anywhere can get sick. The important thing is not to focus on bad things if they should happen, and to just accept them and deal with them. Certainly not to fight until you're exhausted and waste your precious time and energy dwelling on how much you try to avoid them. If you fight to avoid something that's going to happen anyway, then you're just going to feel like you lost, and that's frustrating. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Find a way to make something work for you, but without forcing it one way or the other. This goes all the way to your outlook, of course. All of the things you can control and the things you can't, The easiest one that you can control is what you think and why you think it. Just stop, and think and weigh out what's really important, and nothing can make you sad again. Just look at me. I'm never sad. Well, except for that one time, but that's because I stopped thinking about the situation as a whole and focused on something that made me sad. Whatever happened, just remember this. Don't dwell on the past. It's already gone. And if you have to spend too much time looking at the future, you might just miss what's going on in the present. Do what you can to plan, but don't think you can force everything to work in your favor, because sooner or later, every pony falls down. There. Feel better? I suppose you might not right away, but I'm sure you will. Time is just nature's bandage after all. Don't let something bad happen define you, and certainly don't let your emotions control you, because you're more important than that. Don't let any pony else tell you otherwise. So, just take a little time to yourself, slow down, and think, and realize that the world is a beautiful place, even though some ponies need glasses to see it. The end.